Good evening everyone and welcome to TTG Esports Mini League 2. We are here for the first round in Italy. Of course there are two rounds tonight. First going to Italy and then going to Germany, of course. And it's going to be all covered in one stream. If you don't know who I am, I'm JimTed14. I'm going to be your lead commentator tonight. Joining me in the commentary box, as always with these mini leagues, I like to have a co-commentator in with me. We've got Alan Kay with us. Good evening, Alan Kay.
Good evening, James. Back again for another round of the Mini League 2. Provided good racing so far and any we've done, so let's hope for some more tonight.
Yeah, let's hope we do have some brilliant racing here tonight. Of course, it is Mini League 2, so we are here for Italy and Germany, as I say, and we have got a bit of a change in the lineup from the last Mini League that we have done. In terms of the teams, we have got Livid Academy, TNR Esports, Hit the Apex, Clean Vigor Racing and Nexus as well. Fantastic to have all 5 teams participating, and we look forward to seeing the action that's going to be provided out on track. Major change as well to the Mini League. We have got the multiplayer car instead of the traditional F1 2019 cars. Alan, do you want to give a little bit more info on why we have changed to the multiplayer car instead of using the traditional F1 2019 cars?
It's twofold the change. Obviously the first one is the delivery. So where in mini leagues past, teams of 4 drivers would be given 2 real life teams to put their drivers into. So now all 4 drivers from each team will be on the one livery, and the livery will be have been designed by their team owner. That will be their team livery. So everyone has their own team livery, which will should help us in the comms spot the teams and drivers a lot easier. And then also the multiplayer car as well is a generic F1 car, so it does slightly have less downforce, just slightly less downforce, particularly on the front end compared to the actual F1 car. So it's an added little bit of extra challenge for the drivers as well while they're on track.
Yeah, it is going to be a challenge for the drivers, of course. If you have been with us with the mini leagues previously, you would have seen, of course, F1 2019 cars being hosted instead of the multiplayer car. Of course, with this added functionality into the new game, we've decided to move to the multiplayer car. And I think hopefully it's going to be a lot easier for us in terms of the liveries. I know our livery for Mini League 1 looks really, really nice, and you can probably tell it from a mile off. Be interesting to see what everyone has done. We are past 7 o'clock, so I'm not sure if we have got anybody else joining at this stage. We have got 16 drivers in with us, and I do believe there has been a change in the Livid Academy lineup as well. I do not think that Lawmans is going to be attending, and I don't think their intended reserve is available, so I think Praga has came in last minute to replace, and I think it was Foxy Dude that was supposed to be here, Praga replacing him as part of this lineup, and Lawman's not been able to make it this week, sadly. Hopefully we'll still have some good racing. I know Praga, I've seen him race before, he's a great driver, as is everyone here, of course. And 17 drivers, of course, the fabled track of Italy up first. I have got a track map up now. 11 corners on the track, most fabled of course for the Curva Grande, the Lesmos, Ascari and indeed Parabolica. What are your fond memories, Alan, of this track?
Real life fond memories, I suppose, going back to the 90s, and just the sheer celebration of the Tifosi when Schumacher had his wins there in the Ferrari. It typified how much support Ferrari had within the sport, particularly from their home country. You hadn't really seen any other teams have that size support within their home Grand Prix, so that always stood out to me in real life. More recent ones in real life, Kimi, Seb spin last year, and Kimi's overtake back on Lewis during last year's race, and then in racing terms for myself in sim racing, it's always been a track I've been pretty quick enough at. it's a nice, such a nice flowing, fast flowing track to drive. So it's always a driver's favourite track when in league racing when it comes around. So I suspect it will be the same here when these guys hit the track. They'll all be looking forward to this one. And at that as well, Germany following is another track that is everyone will be looking forward to as well. Is another one everyone likes to drive. So we have good tracks.
Do apologise about the interruption here on the live stream. I do apologise about this. We have had somebody join the party unexpectedly. But we are about to get going here for Italy. We have 17 drivers going to be happening driving out on track. Looking through, I think QVR might be missing a couple of drivers. QVR Game Boys, we've got Campbell. Who are the other two for QVR? Dropye and Robin. Right, Robin is here, and I don't think we've got Dropye here. So Clean Vigor going to be down to 3. Bit of a disadvantage there?
Yeah, it looks. I'm just looking through there. It appears that there is teams down a driver. So whoever the team is that had 4 drivers going against the other 3 teams, that's a major advantage, because as we've pointed out and spoke about in the past on these mini league streams, the vital importance of bringing your car home. How one car crashing out for a team has caused them to go from 1st to 4th, or one team finishes with 4 cars and everyone else finishes with 3, and they go from like 3rd or 4th to 1st. So it is a huge advantage in these mini leagues, particularly with the shortened races as well, and that everyone that finishes scores points no matter where you finish.
Yeah, of course, it is very interesting to have 3 teams potentially down on their driver count. I'm not sure if you're into the lobby, but there we go, we're just loading in now.
I'm just sitting in a loading screen on pit lane here at the moment.
Goodness me, yeah, we've got the loading screen up on my end. Thank God for that.
Yeah, got it now.
Yeah, just looking through the drivers at the minute, we have had another driver come in actually, Razor Virus. Never heard of him before. Think he might be replacing somebody in TNR. Is that possibly TNR Thomas? Looking through, I'm not sure.
I'm kind of hoping that the new liveries will help us spot who these new drivers have come into, because if everyone's running the same livery, we can tell what team at least they're running for, so we won't attribute points to the wrong team. That would be
well, here we go. We're on board with Darkbolt.
Yeah, I'm on with Darkbolt as well.
Darkbolt running down the straight now. He can easily reach in excess of 215 miles an hour under the braking zone here, down into turn 1. Of course, only 11 corners. Everyone out on a set of soft compound of tyres as well, and Darkbolt attacking the apex a little bit too much there, and has dropped down from 1st down to 14th in the space of 2 corners as he comes through Curva Grande. Robin currently out in front with Nexus, Nibiru and Deneen. Look at the liver racing guys actually filling out 3rd to 6th at this moment in time. Of course, everything can change. Darkbolt through the first sector. I think I had that as a 26.9 through the first sector as he now comes up towards the Lesmos. Now up to P8, P7 gaining the upper hand now. Of course, he is part of the Apex Racing Team, and lovely looking livery, I've got to say, in that bright yellow. It is very nice to spot, I've got to admit, as he runs down towards the Ascari with a 52.9 middle sector. I think the fastest middle sector possibly would have been like a 52.4, 52.5. Nexus Nibiru currently leading the way. Archie is out of the session. He has crashed somewhere out on track.
Disqualification of his lap time, and he's going to start from the back.
Yeah, possibly. Nexus Nibiru coming around the final corner. We're still on board with Darkbolt though. He's ran the final corner into P5, coming across through Parabolica now, across the line. And 19.1 from Nexus Nibiru though. And he goes to the top of the timing screen with Rob and Nick. Darkbolt up to 4th. He nicked X-Jarry on the line.
And interestingly as well there, James, just looking at the tyres fitted on all the drivers, every driver went for the red wall super soft or software, so no one tried to go for the yellow medium and split the strategy. as
Yeah.
we have our quality results as Nexus Newbury in first, Robin in second, Nick in third, Darkhold fourth, Jarly fifth, Praga sixth, Demean seventh, Torpedo eighth, Campbell ninth, Gameboys 10th, Nexus Chaos 11th, Z3 12th, Aspect 13th, Rob Forbes 14th, Virus 15th, Owen Ole 16th, and Archie starts at the back in 17th, with Archie the only disqualification, and TNR Owen Ole did not set a time.
Yeah, looking at from a team's perspective, though, Livid Racing quite up there. I think they've got 3 drivers in the top 7, which is fantastic to have as a major advantage coming into this race. Obviously, Mini League 2, everyone opting to go for a set of soft compound of tyres. Of course, the top 10 having to go out on that set of compound of tyre for the race, as at least for the first half of the race, as everyone will have to make that pit stop. How do you see the bottom 7 drivers panning out? Do you think we'll see a difference in strategy with it being a 25% race?
Yeah, with it being a 25% race, you have to go for the alternate when you're at the back. There's just too much early traffic going. If you put the softs on and try and go for it early, there's too much early traffic. Everyone's on the softer tyre. There's no real advantage to be gained. If you can put your medium tyre on early, and have a consistent pace, and you're hoping then that everyone ahead of you being on the soft tyre battling with each other will slow each other up a little bit, which will allow you to keep pace with them on the medium tyre, so that when the pit stops are made, then you will have a pit stop gap to them when you come in. So it'll be flipped then in the second half of the race, where you're on the softer tyre and they're on the mediums, and you can more easily pick your way through the field when it's spread out at that stage rather than the early stages of the race.
Yeah, looking down at the strategies, and just to pick up on that, next Aspect and Archie, the only one to go on a set of medium compound of tyres, everyone else on a set of soft compound of tyre. Bit of an interesting strategy there from those two.
It'd be interesting to keep an eye on what the guys are doing during the race. See how they're getting on, but I think if you're outside the top 10, that's the right call to be making, in my opinion, on a 25% race anyway.
Yeah, it will be certainly interesting to see as the drivers now make their way around the formation lap. About halfway through their formation lap here, we are about to go for lights out in about a minute's time, so hopefully everyone tuning into this race will enjoy the clean and competitive action that is going to be unfolding here in Mini League 2. And remember, there's not one race, there's another race after this. We're in Germany after this, of course, and it will be interesting to see who is going to win here. And I'm going to put down a top 3 prediction, and I'm going to go, unfortunately for him, the Irishman first, Deneen for the win. I'm going to go for Darkbolt in second and Praga in third. How about you?
For me, I don't really know many of these drivers. I know a few of them that have driven the LR and the Nexus, maybe lads that have driven before and us. I think you're right there. Deneen definitely will be within the top 3. Nexus Newbury, that was an excellent qualifying lap for them in 19-1, so I would expect him to stay up around that top end. And then from the drivers I know there, you'd be looking at maybe TNR Z3 or Darkbolt maybe getting into the top 3 with the 2 guys.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see everyone else now starting to line up onto the grid after the formation up. Of course, Archie and Razor Virus just taking their places at the back there. But we are going to be ready for 5 red lights here for Mini League 2, and it's going to be underway. There's going to be the light sequence delay. We're going to be lights out any second now. Lights out and away we go. Very good start, by the way, from Torpedo. I think that was further down the field, getting a very good stop. And Nibiru and Darkbolt is getting 2 positions up the start. Darkbolt up the inside into turn 1. Nibiru holds the outside line and holds the lead. And it'll be Darkbolt in behind. Deneen has made up progress. I think there's been a little bit of contact in behind, bit of a Constantino effect. Nick and Prague are getting through there up to 3rd and 4th. There was somebody just going off track. Cutting turn 1. I think that might have been ex-Jarry.
Yeah, I think it was Jarry that went off track there. It was all fairly clean though through the first corner, no real damage. There was some side tapping as you're going to get in the cars in a pack like this. because you see someone tap the back of the car at the back end of the field there. But definitely through the first chicane, no damage on 32 left.
Oh! Just saying that, there's been a bit of damage and there's a spinner in the background. Razor Virus is collecting Nexus Aspects in the background. Now Z3 off track as well. A bit of a Constantine effect going through into the second Lesmo. I think it was Z3, possibly as well. Rob Forbes just losing a little bit of wing damage as well. Oh, there's been a massive crash in the Scary. Parker out. Parker has spun and Campbell has gone straight into him. And somebody else is off as well. Z3 is off into the wall. Goodness me.
QVR Game Boys is off as well, so that was a big one.
Oh my god, it's 3 wide down into Parabolica! And that's Rob Forbes getting past X-Jarry and Nexus Chaos. Tonal getting through as well. At the end of lap 1, however, it's Nexus Nibiru who leads from Darkball in second. What a dramatic lap 1 that is!
And as I said to you as well with the medium tour, Archie, he's kept his nose clean, he's went for the medium tour, he's up to 9th place already and we're only on lap 2. He started at the back.
Yep, fantastic position gains from him, gaining 8 positions early on. Rob Forbes as well, gaining 7 positions from 14th. Very good start from him.
It's slowly occurs into the pits now as well. Z3, Gamewise, Chaos. Razor Virus stays out, surprisingly, and from my camera, he has no wing whatsoever on that car.
Yeah, he doesn't. Well, is this Razor Virus? Because I think he's got a wing on my end, which is strange.
He's got a wing on mine, but he's with just whatever view I had there, it looked like you couldn't see it from the TV pod view from there, so I'll probably go off of it. When we go back outside, you can see it's there. So, very surprised he didn't pick up damage from that Razor Virus, because where him and Z3 spun, 9 times out of 10, you go into the wall there, you end up losing a tyre. And being out of the race, never mind getting away without any damage at all. So.
Not sure if we've seen a bit of team tactics there, because Deneen has gone through on Nick. I'm not sure if Nick had a mistake coming out of Ascari, but Deneen is through and he's up to P3. Closest battle out on track, however, is X-Jarry being chased down by Archie. Livid Racing trying to make an impact here. Prague are already out the race, so they need to gain as many points as possible. Running down the straight, Archie.
Archie has Tino O'Nally as well behind him, so.
Yeah, he's about a second behind him at this stage. Archie down into turn 1. Not going to go for the move. I think it would have been quite silly if he did go for the move, to be honest, as X-Jarry defends that position well. And Archie, in fact, just taking a wider line out of turns 1 and 2, and he's just lost a little bit of time there. And it looks like X-Jarry might be starting to catch Rob Forbes as well, both on the same team by the looks of it. So, are we going to see team tactics here? Because X-Jarry looks quicker than Rob at this stage.
Yeah, I think you'd kind of have to with the way it is at the moment up front with LR have 44, so they're going to have themselves in the driving seat. There's no other team that have 2 drivers taking 2 high positions like that at the moment, so if Hit the Apex already have Darkbolt up there, so I'll tell you, it's not Hit the Apex that is in, that is, who's in that level? Hit the Apex is the yellow level.
Sorry, well, we're just going to see an overtake. Yeah, team tactics being put here. Looks like Rob Forbes is going to go past, is going to let through X-Jarry, in fact, and X-Jarry is through. He's up to P7. Battle for the lead, however. Darkball getting very close here to Nexus Nibiru. Is he going to go down the inside into turn 1? Not quite, but he has. Oh, he's running over wide there, the corner. Nexus Nibiru, very poor line out of turns 1 and 2. And it looks like Darkball could get him up towards Curva Grande. And up towards the end of the second one, he's got to run on him, he's got to the inside line.
He's gone up the inside.
It's going to be outside line into the chicane. This is going to be tight. Nexus Nibiru. Yeah, fair play. Fair play to Nexus Nibiru. Tries to get the exit out of the corner. Now coming into the first Lesmo, and Dark Bolt has got the lead of the race. So hit the apex. If your owner is there, I think they'd be very happy with that, getting past Nexus Nibiru. But of course, Nexus Nibiru will have DRS, and it looks like Nick and Deneen will begin to battle him behind as well. And Nexus Nibiru, look at the speed difference. Can he get past him down the inside? It's easy. Easy stuff.
Yeah, he's got that move well done before the braking zone again.
Fantastic stuff.
I think this battle is going to continue on for the rest of the race, James. I think. Darkbolt runs wide there. He's definitely picked up a warning for that one. So this close battle, and you don't want to be picking up time penalties, so you want to limit them warnings.
Yeah, Livid Racing making gains as well. Archie's just gone past Rob Forbes, and Nick past Deneen as well, as X-Jarry is out the race. X-Jarry is out. Oh, and Archie's spun as well. Archie's out as well. Oh, I can't believe it. Commentator's curse. Archie is out and X-Jarry out. Ascari claims another 2 victims here.
Both on the
Oh, and Darkbolt's getting past Nexus Nibiru for the lead. There's so much going on. Darkbolt has got past Nexus Nibiru once again for the lead of the race. Has won lap 5 out of 13 here in Italy. And Darkbolt has got past Nexus Nibiru with a very nice speedy overtake down the inside, late on the brakes, and he gets the move done. And it looks like Deneen and Nick are going to run side by side through Curva Grande, and Deneen let through there by Nick. A little bit of team tactics going on there from the Livid Racing lot. But again, Darkbolt getting past Nexus Nibiru. Is this going to continue on for the rest of the race?
Yeah, it looks like it, and it looks like with the both guys are fairly evenly matched, so it seems that every time they come around to a DRS zone, they're going to swap that first place around with each other. As you can see,
again.
Coming down again. He's just not close enough to have a move that time, but we keep it tight. We take the slipstream down towards the final point, and we're looking then the DRS straight down into turn 1 to try and get a move down the inside again, maybe.
He's coming back at him. He could even get him down into Parabolica. It's going to be quite silly though. Yeah.
But there's no really point in making it a Parabolica because you're going to give the other car DRS. So.
Here we go once again. Oh, Darkbolt. Ooh, I thought Darkbolt had nearly having him on there, going into the pit. Goodness me. Here we go, so around the outside. Nexus Nibiru's back through on Darkbolt. Late on the brakes. Darkbolt tries to pull it back up the inside of him into turns 1 and 2, trying to force him in a bit of a mistake. Deneen as well, trying to catch Nick in the background.
Got the run through the chicane and was trying to get on the power on the exit, and just stepped out a little bit on the back end, and I'm going to stop and get the drive past me a bit on the exit there.
Oh, it gets caught. No! I can't believe it. Nibiru spun from the lead of the race. It looked like he controlled the car. He got caught on the curb on the inside. Darkbolt making a very similar mistake. Yeah, both of them making...
No left wing end plate.
Oh, that is a shame. No left end plate. Darkbolt as well made the same mistake, but recovered the car. Nexus Nibiru looks like he just applied the power on the exit of the corner, and that is what's forced him. Yeah.
It's slightly on the curve on the left hand side as you come out there, and I can testify, you put the power down on that curve, you're going to that wall.
Oh. That is a shame for Nexus Nibiru. That could be a race-winning end to his race there, to be honest, because Nick and Deneen are going to be gaining.
Nick and Deneen right on the back of him now.
What does Darkbolt? Yeah, Darkbolt's coming in.
Darkbolt's coming in, and I think we've seen Nibiru in as well.
Yeah.
He might as well come in and get them mediums on.
Robin's coming in. Robin in, Torpedo in as well, and Darkbolt, what's he going to do? He's going to go on a set of medium compound of tyres. He pits in. His pit crew was very late on my end, but there we go. Yeah, just a bit of a glitch going on there. They still haven't fixed it. Darkbolt though out the pit, and he's going to be clear because Robin is ahead of Torpedo, and Nexus Nibiru is behind these two with that front wing damage. In the meantime, the two Livid boys, Nick and Deneen, lead the way. We are more than halfway through here in Italy, and Nick leads the way from Deneen in second. This has been quite constant. They've been quite close to each other. The gap just varying around 5/10 at this stage. In third is...
he was ahead of Nick at one stage.
He was.
So Nick has got back through.
He was. Maybe, as I say, I don't think it's team tactics going on here from the Livid Racing guys. This is clean, fair racing between these two and nothing being lost. Further down the field, Rob Forbes and Nexus Chaos go side by side through turns 1 and 2, and Rob Forbes gains that position. He's past Nexus Chaos and he's up to 10th place. Nice move.
TNR Torpedo was closing in on Nexus Aspect as well. He was starting on them medium tyres and was trying to go along here, so...
Ooh, Nexus Chaos has gone a bit too deep. Rob Forbes gets back past. Chaos did get the run through Curva Grande, but Rob Forbes easily down the inside, and he gets that move done. He's back up to P10. Nexus Chaos maybe just struggling slightly. Torpedo all the way around the outside of Nexus Aspect. Oh, that's a great move.
Two Livid Racing guys in first and second.
That is a great move by Torpedo around the outside of Nexus Aspect. He's trying to come back at him on the run up toward Parabolica. Nibiru in behind as well. What happens here? Does Aspect peel into the pit and go for a set of softs? What's he going to do? I think he is. He's going to peel into the pits now, and that frees Nibiru, who's going to be on the chase, down behind Torpedo, running down the straight. He's not close enough for a move, surely, is he? He's closing in, he's closing in, closing in. He's going to launch it down the inside. Oh, there's a bit of contact on the rear, on on the back, on the rear of the car, I should say. Torpedo though under pressure as Nexus Nibiru comes under, is attacking him now, and he's going to have the run on the inside line, coming through Curva Grande and now coming through into the chicane. A choppy job done for Nibiru, I think. Torpedo knocking it up on the brakes. It's side by side, similar to Hamilton and Vettel back in the day, and Torpedo holds that position very well indeed. Good racing between both of them there.
Just as you were commentating that, I was watching Nexus and Rob Ford's just behind there, and the boys having an excellent battle side by side through the whole bush chicane, giving each other plenty of space, but also good hard racing as well at the same time.
Yeah, of course that is.
Nexus Chaos gets the move done and gets through up into ninth place.
Yeah, good stuff from Nexus Chaos. That's been quite constant with those two battling. Torpedo, Nibiru getting a much better exit out of Ascari. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here as they run up towards Parabolica once again. Torpedo about 3/10 ahead. There's not going to be a move made here up into Parabolica. He's going to wait for that DRS to open, running down the straight. And this, I do believe, might be for, yeah, this will be for P5 out on track, because obviously Razor Virus is still to pit in. He's the only one that needs to pit in. Nibiru now with the straight line speed should get past on the run down towards turn 1. He's on the outside line. Torpedo just leaning in from slightly. He's got to try and put the car back up. And Nexus Nibiru actually getting caught on the curb there slightly. Torpedo side by side out of Curva Grande. This is looking very close indeed. Deneen looking very close to Nick as well. The second and third back on board though with Nibiru and Torpedo as they run down. And it looks like Torpedo is going to try and defend him. On the outside goes Torpedo. He tries to make the corner. It's not going to happen. And he turns in slightly. Nexus Nibiru.
He's got the inside line here. He's got the inside line there, bro.
Yeah, gets it. Nice move down into the first Lesmo.
Gets the job done.
Really nice move from Nibiru there.
He's under pressure again here though with the DRS on now.
Yeah, just to pick up as well, I think Nibiru picked up a 3-second time penalty as well, so he's got a 3-second time penalty added on to the rest of the races. It's Torpedo down the inside, oh, it's contact, never going to work.
Not that silly driving, Torpedo.
Never going to work that.
Silly driving.
Never going to work.
That was always going to end one way, and it was with himself on the wall. So
yeah, nothing much. Yeah, nothing much more can be said about that. Nexus Chaos and Rob Forbes still battling. This is for P8 out on track. Rob Forbes chasing him down, hit the apex against Nexus here, of course. As Nexus Chaos just runs way too deep into Parabolica. Could have the run for Rob Forbes here. Of course, oh, actually getting a bit of a slide on the exit of the AstroTurf there. The DRS Torpedo into the pits after that spin at Ascari. He's going to be losing out on valuable points there for TNR. As Rob Forbes is going to try and get Nexus Chaos down into turn 1. A little bit of bumping and barging there. Chaos back down the inside. Oh, and he doesn't make the corner. Over the sleeping policeman he goes. And only a 3-second time penalty. I've seen a 10-second time penalty given that before.
Usually once you don't make the corners there properly and take the proper run off, so there's a 10-second penalty, so he's got lucky there.
Yeah, closest battle out on track though is this one between Nick and Deneen. Darkbolt running away out in front, 5.5 seconds.
Darkbolt has been let off the hook there, I think, a bit for the damage to Nibiru's car earlier on in the stint, in his first stint.
Yeah. And then actually, there's a 3-way battle for second possibly developing, because Nick has just pulled away. Deneen making a mistake there with Ascari. Okay. Robin for clean vigour all over the back.
On the back, yeah.
The Dutchman trying to close in on the Irishman here as they run down towards turn 1. We are on lap 11 out of 13, so only 3 more laps to go. It's going to get desperate, I think, for Robin. He's going to try and get past Deneen, who doesn't have access to that DRS, of course. And Robin, is he going to go for the move? No. He thought about it, but never going to commit down the inside, because there would have been a bit of contact and possibly a bit of shoulder barging going on there with the cars. In the meantime, there's nothing really happening behind, is there?
Not at the moment. Just with this battle here that's going on, you can see Deneen starting to close back up on Nick a little bit, and I think it's time where the boys call team orders now, and one plays rear gunner and holds off Robin and possibly maybe even Nibiru, but I don't think he'll get back up within the end of the race. So it's just one car to hold off, let the faster car go and get some space. Would be the wise decision for the team here.
Robin just running slightly wide there at the second Lesmo. Just lost a little bit of time there to Deneen. But to be honest, the Livid Racing guys, Nick and Deneen, looking like they're quicker at certain parts of the track. It looks like Deneen, through the final sector, just struggles slightly. He's just losing a little bit of time, now gaining it back on the straight.
Z3 down further down the field, getting a little bit sideways through the first Lesmo, and Aspect is right up on him now. He's going to have DRS here, and they're going down towards the Scary.
Yep, that's a P10. P10 next to Aspect.
Just even with it, Aspect even with that, he's on the soft tire and he has the DRS, and Z3 is just keeping stabilising the gap. So obviously Z3's car is set up a straight line. And they didn't like going over that curve there. Z3's got to be careful.
Very, very close there. There is a yellow flag in Sector 3. Razor Virus has gone off at a score. He's lost his wing completely.
Hey, Aspect has thrown it down the inside of Z3 at Parabolica, and that is an absolute beautiful move next to Aspect.
Unbelievable.
Z3 will come back into turn 1.
Unbelievable.
Just too far back.
I think. Oh, go on.
Z3 ran a little bit wide on Aspect, just seeing him run wide and stuck nice and tight to the apex up the inside, and move was done before Z3 even knew about it.
It's a shame I didn't catch that on stream because I was busy looking at Razor Virus having a bit of a spin. In the meantime, again, this battle for second, not really getting going. It looks like Nick has got the pace over Deneen. Robin getting close, but never close enough coming through his scoring. We have got the final lap to go after this one, of course. Penultimate lap currently. Darkbolt leading 5.6 seconds. Dominant win for him, it seems. Nick in second, Deneen in third, Robin in fourth. Can you check the penalties, by the way, for the top 4, if you don't mind?
The top 4,
Robin's going to close up here on Deneen in the meantime, while you get the penalties up. Robin closing in. Again, not really straight line dependent at all here in the clean Vic. He's going to try and go round the outside into turn 1. Deneen much later on the brakes, holds the possession and holds the line. He turns 1 and 2.
Nick is the only man that has a penalty. So Nick will drop from second to fourth. There's a 3-second penalty. Everyone else has no penalties.
That's 3 seconds, yeah.
Always starts the final lap. So,
yeah, he's on the final lap.
James, I'll let you take sort of to Mascari to the finish line with Darkbolt, and I'll start totting up the points so that we can give our viewers a points tally after round 1.
Yeah, of course, points tally much more important. This is a team event, not for individuals at all. The Darkbolt 6 seconds clear of Nick. Looks like Livid Racing after those two DNFs of Prague. And Archie, a little bit of a moment for Darkbolt actually coming out of a scory. Little bit on the apex there. Good to see. He could have had a spin. Deneen picking up a 3-second time penalty later on. That's going to change things as well. Robin trying to chase him down. There was a yellow flag in Sector 2. Nexus Aspects is off the track as well. But Darkbolt coming around the final corner at Parabolica. He's going to win here in Italy. And he takes round 1 for Hit the Apex. Darkbolt wins here in Italy. It's going to be Nick across the line in second. He's got the pace over Deneen to the line. Robin is going to be getting second because Nick and Deneen actually get third and fourth because of the penalties. Nibiru, one of the most unluckiest drivers out on the grid, comes across the line in fifth. Ona Ollie is going to be coming across the line in sixth. TNR doing quite a good job with Z3 and Torpedo also scoring points as well. So Ona Ollie's coming across the line in sixth. Nexus Chaos coming across the line in seventh. Gameboy's being chased down late on by Rob Forbes, and in fact Gameboy's got past Rob Forbes somewhere out on track. We missed that. And they'll obviously gain as well. Nexus Chaos picking up penalties. Z3 gains ahead of Chaos as Torpedo, Nexus Aspect wide at Parabolica, but coming across the line out to finish P11 and P12 respectively. And that is the Italian Grand Prix round 1 here in the mini league over and done with. And we will see the podium celebrations very, very soon indeed, as we'll just load back in for the podium celebrations. It is Darkbolt who takes the win. He will be very, very happy with that. And I've got to say, what a dominant drive it has been from him. Clearly had the pace over everyone else. Whether that will carry on into Germany being a whole different track altogether, remains to be seen. As, of course, and if you are very unfamiliar with Germany, we will take you through that track while we have the little break, while the points and the lobby is being reset up. Of course, we're staying in the same lobby, just needs to be reset up to the settings. So there we have it, the Italian Grand Prix over. Round 1 goes to Darkbolt with a 22 flat personal best, 7.3 seconds ahead of Robin, who gets second on penalties. Nick and Deneen finishing third and fourth. 8 seconds worth of penalties being picked up by Nibiru, the pole sitter. Ona Ollie from 16th up to 6th. Good drive from him, the Norwegian. Gameboy's up to 7th from 10th as well. Good drive from him. Rob Forbes in 8th. Z3 in 9th, Nexus Chaos in 10th, Torpedro in 11th, Nexus Aspects in 12th. Razor Virus also finished a lap down in 13th, Archie, Xjarry, Praga and Campbell unfortunately receiving DNFs there. And I'm just going to check the comment section. I think we are still totaling up the points. So Alan Kay is doing that right now behind the scenes. And we will check the comments because there's quite a few been coming through. We've got over 100 comments on the stream so far, so thank you very much to everyone that is tuning in for Mini League 2. Let me have a gander through the comments section here. I was a bit curious because LOL were in first and then CPI dominated the second week, but TTG was never up there. His BB plays. Well, we'll have a look and see who comes out in dominant form in Mini League 1. Just looking through the comment section as well. Looking at the comments, there's no real questions or anything at all. BB plays saying he's in rainy Scotland. Yeah, it'll be raining here soon as well where I live as well. But goodness me, it's gonna be a. Are we going to get a wet race in Germany? Perhaps, I wonder. And no, Team Norway.
Clear, so.
Yeah, Team Norway just coming in as well. Virus and Ole have their first race with manual gears, so that's an interesting point as well. Go ahead, Alan Kay.
And some points after that first round, then it's nice and tight poise going into the next round. With TNR are in the lead with 45 points. Then tied second, just 7 points back, is Livid and Hit the Apex, Livid Academy and Hit the Apex. And then just a further 2 points back from them, you have Queen Vigor and Nexus tied on 36 points. So everyone separated by 9 points at maximum at the moment.
That is a very, very close running from the first race, of course. It's all going to change in the second race. We've got Germany, a track that is very familiar to myself because I covered this track last night alongside Kieran McGinley for TTL F2. Go on back and watch that if you haven't seen it already in the F2 cars. But what are your experiences around here, Alan Kay? Because I think for viewers yesterday, they would have seen you spinning out in a few places out on track, and to be honest, not the best performance last night.
Actually, yeah, I actually considered last night as a good race for myself last night, but fair enough. Yeah, turn one, I had contact with White, didn't really leave me much room on the apex, so as soon as he made contact with the car, I was off into the grass and around. Other than that, that was my only spin. I sort of half spin through the stadium section around coming towards the end of the track, where Vettel ran off 2 years ago, or was it last year in the wet. Other than that, I didn't have any real spins. It was fairly stuck to the back of the pack up until the pit stops and then the field spread out. It was more so that once the guys come around, because the field stayed so tightly packed together, once the guys come around to lap you, you're losing so much time because you're letting one boy and then you're letting another boy straight away and then you're letting another boy straight away, where if they're more spread out, then you lose less time by letting them boy, because you can stick right to the back of them and wait for the next guy to come up to you before you start having to think about them. So that kind of really hurt me, and I think one or two others as well it hurt, because I think one or two picked up damage. I know George, I passed George late in the race. He definitely had no front wing from it. Whether he's spun it and got markers through or not, but yeah, it was quite a hectic race, and even last week in the F1 as well, same thing. It's one of those tracks where it's fast, it's flowing. There's not much pull away for in terms of the field. They don't spread out as much. The shorter circuit keeps them together more. The speed, overall speed within the circuit, makes for better, quicker racing. So any sort of mistake you make here is amplified because of the speeds that people are doing, and then also it's a narrow track, so you've got to be on your ball overtaking as well. As we've seen the last couple of races that there's people who've got it right and wrong. So yeah, looking forward to a good race here.
It is going to be very interesting, of course. This track being tight and narrow, you've got to be on the ball, as Alan Kay says, all the time, pretty much, because you don't want to be making a mistake around here. The curbs can be quite costly as well, so just watch out for that back end being kicked out as well. Just to pick up, we have got 2 extra drivers here tonight. Neon Rapids has came in for the second race. I think he's associated with the Nexus team, and Dropye has came in as well, and that is, of course, for Clean Vigor, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. I might have got that wrong, so I'm just frantically going to check. Yeah, Dropye for Clean Vigor. Yeah. Oh, we nearly had a bit of a riot on our hands there. Goodness me.
I remember you calling that name out when you were checking the Clean Vigor website before the race.
Yes. Yeah, I was checking the website and of course...
Diligently doing your homework.
Yeah, doing my homework. You have to do your homework, really. We have got 7 minutes, by the way, until the schedule of this race. Everyone wants to get on with it ahead of schedule, and I think that'll be much beneficial to you because you're going to be commentating alongside Kieran after this as well. Yeah,
well, let's me and Kieran have a few minutes to get our homework done on the tracks for later and get up to speed together as well. So
yeah, I think everyone is pretty much ready to go here as we kick in 5 minutes early ahead of schedule as we go towards Germany at the Hockenheim. Of course, this track has changed quite a few times in between the German Grand Prix. Of course, we've had the Nürburgring hosting it, and now we've got Hockenheim hosting it. Very interesting track, of course, and 17 corners to test the drivers here tonight. The 8, 9, 10, 11 section is just going to be called a chicane. Some track maps have it up as 16 corners, but the one I'm using got 17 corners, so that's pretty good indeed. Are we going to have any Vettel moments tonight? Especially if it's going to be raining?
Well, it won't be raining because all the mini league stuff is done in clear weather
in the dry.
To provide the best racing we can. So
yeah,
yeah, but definitely there will be. It's 16 for me, Andy says. So Andy's saying there about it their track map. It's 16 corners for him, he says.
Oh.
Andy takes the same approach to me at Austria as well, though. It's turn 2, not turn 3 at Austria at the top of the hill.
Yeah, Geordie's just missed out on the start as well. So Geordie has just missed out. Of course, he's joining for the second race. He is in the Apex team. So every team now up to 4 drivers in their teams. That's going to be interesting, especially with everyone separated by 9 points.
Before the quali starts here, from the last race, Livis hit the Apex and Clean Vigor had 2 drivers finish the last race. Nexus had 3. TNR had 4. TNR were in the lead. So, just goes to show. TNR's highest finishing driver was in 6th place.
6th, yeah.
In the lead, you know what I mean? So, it just goes to show how important it is. I'm on board with Owen Ollie.
Ollie, yeah. Coming through turn 1, and I think he's already buggered that up a little bit. It's a very cautious approach through turn 1 now.
I think the way he's dropped straight to the back there, I think he has
invalidated
that lap. I think he took just too much curve on the Apex.
Yeah, I'm going to go on board then with QVR Campbell through the first sector as it comes up towards the hairpin now at turn 6. Looking very good at this stage. Currently in P1 at this stage, and QVR Campbell will be looking to put it up onto P1. Archie now right up there for Livid Racing as well, but QVR Campbell now running through turn 7 and now through into Mercedes at turn 8, turn 9 and turn 10. I will take it as 16 corners, even though the F1 map says there's 17 as he comes through that section of corners. 49.4 through the middle sector. Very quick middle sector that is from Campbell. Everyone else as well on a set soft compound of tyres, so no strategy, no messing about from any driver at all. As Campbell just went wide of the curb at Sachs curve at turn 13 as he comes through now turn 15 and turn 16 through the Sud curve, and Archie looks like he's going to be setting on pole. Nibiru right up there coming across the line. Very, very close indeed.
Very close.
Was that?
I think I'm top 10 were within half a second, 6/10 there.
6/10, yeah. 6/10 of a second separating the top 10. Deneen filling out that 10th position as well. So interesting to see as we see the full rundown of the order. 300ths of a second separating Archie and Nibiru on that front row of the grid. Good laps from pretty much everyone there. Robin, Dropye, Game Boys, good showing there from the QVR boys. 3rd, 4th and 5th. Dark Bolt in 6th, the race winner in Italy. Nick in 7th, Campbell in 8th. Z3 in 9th, Deneen in 10th. A whole host of Irishmen there. Deneen, Nexus Chaos and Aspects filling out 10th, 11th and 12th. Rob Forbes, Neon Rapids, Razor Virus and everyone else getting disqualified. So Pedro, Oneoli, X-Jarry and Praga. Going to be interesting to see how Praga gets on right from the back. And of course we've got Geordie coming in as well after missing qualifying. So full complement of drivers here as we go into the formation lap here tonight. Good qualifying session that though.
Yeah, a very tight qualifying session and a very tightly packed grid. I think in this, with the full grid now, I think it'll be more important for guys to try what we were saying in the last race as well, with the once you're outside the top 10, try to go longer and extend your stint and try and pick off some guys that way. Because it definitely will be, if you're starting, say, 19th, 20th, well, especially, sorry, 18, 19, 20th, you're definitely not going to push up through the field to the top, say, 6, maybe 8 on your first stint. So you might as well go long and then do your pushing when the field spreads out, where it's easier to get by people. As we go on to the formation lap.
Yeah, here we go. We're going on to the formation lap now. Archie gets us underway on the formation lap. What is your top 3, Alan Kay, looking at the strategies? What is your top 3?
Just looking down to the strategies there. Neon Rapid, Nexus Aspect and Praga all starting on the mediums. Nexus Aspect don't listen to last race. He did finish well and he got back up, but he was involved with contact early in the race, so I think if he keep his nose clean in this race, he will get back up into the top 5 maybe. As far as the top 3 goes, Archie, Nibiru and maybe Dark Bolt back up there again. Of course, Deneen as well. And Nick is, they're all up around the same places again, so we've got, I suppose we've got Campbell and Z3 in the mix with them as well this time, and Dropia, who we didn't get to see in the first race, so we've got a couple of known quantities and a couple of new unknown quantities for drivers to contend with as well.
Archie is not hanging about on this formation lap. He's already at the Sachs curve at turn 12, goodness me. Yeah. Already kicking on with things, goodness me. He's going to be at a big disadvantage here on the grid, I fear, because he's going to be... Those tyres are going to get colder and colder as everyone... Geordie's only coming through the end of the middle sector now.
With the game, when the game really takes over the car to bring it to the grid, it keeps the tyre temperature at that until it hands it back to you when the lights come on. Yeah. So as tyre temps actually stay, they don't drop. So it's actually the ones behind going slower will be at a disadvantage because they won't have the heat in their tyres that Archie has by having Dylan in the high speed lap.
Yeah, everyone else...
It's actually opposite to how it is in real life in the game, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, everyone just filling into the back. Geordie just joining on the back there. We're going to go racing very, very soon here at the Hockenheim Ring as Archie, as we go for 5 red lights. I'm going to predict it. It's going to be 5 red lights any second now. Not on your screen. It's going to be 5 red lights. Light down, away we go. Archie gets a very good start. Nibiru trying to cover off the line of Dropia, who gets a very good start. He's already gone past Robin. Could get 2 for 1 here. Dropia down the inside. He's got 2 for 1. And he goes past Nibiru down turn 1. Pretty much clean in the background, I think.
It was clean, but Geordie ran wide and he sort of like he put
it's contact! Robin has spun, there's a whole Constantino effect. Oh, there's going to be people out here. Oh, no, Ollie's been caught up in that. Z3 caught up in that. Dark Bolt has been spun as well. Goodness me. A lot of contact as we've got 3 wide going up into the hairpin. QVR Campbell going up the inside and Nick in the meantime for P4. He's got that move done, I think. It's going to be side by side. Oh, and there's a bit of a desync going on my end. That is Aspects and Rob Forbes, I think. Desyncing on my end there.
It's not good to see. Some good battling back further down the field there, coming down to their hairpin for the first time around.
Fantastic battling. Archie has got the break though. Drop yay up into second, Nibiru third, and these 3 have pulled away. 1.5 seconds already to Campbell. Looking good. Nick in behind in 4th, Deneen in 5th, Game Boys in Nick in 5th, Deneen in 6th, Game Boys in 7th, Rob Forbes in 8th, Nexus Aspects and Chaos up into 9 and 10th. Nexus looking quite strong at the minute.
As
in
I
terms
said
of...
to you, Aspect as well, he started 12th on those medium tyres, he's kept his nose clean this time, and he's got a drive now, so can he make that alternate strategy work?
Nick up the inside of Campbell. Nick up the inside of Campbell, and there's been contact in the background. That is Game Boys and Rob Forbes having contact in the background.
Yeah, Chaos and Aspect both said thank you very much, guys. We'll have that position.
Yeah, Nibiru up the inside as well. Nibiru has got that pace done. Drop, yeah, just lets him through, I think, in the end there. Nibiru is up to P2. In the background, we've got loads of action happening. Game Boys and Rob Forbes still going side by side on the X of the hairpin. They're going to run side by side through turn 7, but it looks like Game Boys has got back past Rob Forbes there, and he has got back past him indeed. So QVR Game Boys is up to P9 ahead of Rob Forbes. X-Jarry is going up the inside, and Virus, in fact, tries to get that move done, and he has. He's up to P14. Good stuff. We did have a load of pit stops early on to Pedro Oneoli, Z3, three of the TNR guys down in 17th, 18th and 19th, with Darkbolt in P20 as well. The end of lap 2 with a three-way battle for lead now starting to develop. Archie, Nibiru and Dropye, with Nibiru setting the fastest lap.
And these guys are back all within 3/10 of each other at the point as well now, so...
They are. Rob Forbes is into the pits. Rob Forbes into the pits. Somebody making up quite a lot of ground early on. Praga going around the outside now of Neon Rapids. Is it going to get him on the inside line? Yes, good move. Brilliant move by Praga. And a move for the lead actually as well. Next is Nibiru and Archie. Nibiru is through. Nibiru is up to the P1. Campbell's got Nick. Nick's back down the inside.
Nick's coming back.
Danane's going to be left through on the inside possibly. Yeah, we could have three widely as well. Daneen getting in on the mix.
Daneen is looking big, just take advantage here.
Campbell back down the inside of Nick, going into Mercedes at turn 8, looking good. Next is Chaos getting involved as well. Oh, bit of contact, Nick. Nick forced him through, and I think Daneen's going to be let through here, is he? No, Daneen. Oh, Daneen's run wide.
Coming back on.
Yeah, Daneen running wide there as well, just being forced off. There could have been an opportunistic bit of team tactics there, to be honest. Oh,
interesting. Archie has dropped 5/10 off Nibiru now, 6/10 now since the Nibiru
struggling with the pace. Nick's in. Nick is into the pits. That is going to be for set a medium compound of tyres, I do believe. Virus is going side by side with X-Jarry coming up towards turn 1. X-Jarry pulling that position. I'm going to use the thingy on the right hand side here because it's getting nervous. I'm getting annoyed by the L2 and R2 motion on the left hand side. My screen is Archie dives it down the inside of Nibiru at the hairpin. Is he going to get past him? No, Nibiru holds it.
Nice drive back out of the corner there by Nibiru.
Campbell's going to get Nexus Chaos. In fact, it's gone past Campbell. It's going to be side by side running down towards turn 7 and turn 8, coming in towards Mercedes hairpin. The Mercedes turn 8, let's just call it turn 8. Nexus Chaos. The Mercedes Grandstand, that's the word I was looking for, goodness me. Daneen on the back of Campbell as well. In fact, yeah, Daneen obviously made a mistake at this corner last time around, and Campbell got through there and he's ahead of him.
Right up on the back of Campbell now though. And Game Boys is on the back of this as well, so...
Oh, Archie's in! Archie's into the pits. No.
And there's a few of this guys.
Campbell, Daneen, Game Boys in as well, yeah. Everyone in, of course. It's going to be interesting to see who's in what team because...
It just got to show with Germany how powerful the undercut really is here. No one there wanted to give up an undercut at all to each other.
Going to see where everyone else is as well. So Pedro Z3 could get ahead of these as well. Nibiru now left out in front, 1.3 seconds leading. Dropye in second, Nexus Chaos in third, Nexus Aspects in fourth. Good gains, by the way, from Praga and Geordie. They've gained 14 positions respectively. Of course, they're still to come into the pit as Robin and Razor go side by side up towards the turn 6 hairpin, and Robin already getting that move done. So for QVR, Robin is through and he's up to P9 quite comfortably indeed, with Praga now focusing his attentions on Nexus Aspects further ahead as they come in towards turn 8 at the Mercedes Grandstand, and Praga 2/10 off. Game Boys and Daneen fighting for position further down.
Yeah, and these two as well, Nexus Aspect and Praga, are two that started on the medium tour. Like I was saying that we were going for the alternate strategy, and At the moment, I think they kind of just need to get their foot down a little bit. I think they'll pop out somewhere in and around just behind Game Boys and Deneen at the moment. So
Yeah.
now the two of them have a bit of clean air in front of them before the pit stop. They need to get the foot down and stretch that gap out a little bit.
Going to be interesting to see as well how Game Boys is going to get on behind Campbell as well. Deneen trying to pressurise him, 0.5 of a second separating them. I'm just trying to find his name actually on the right hand side. There he is. There's Deneen, and they're coming through in towards turn 1 now. And Nexus Chaos is ahead of these guys. So Chaos out ahead and Dropye out in P10. And that is for net P2. He's got out ahead there. So he's in net P2 at this stage with everyone else. Prago's got past Nexus Aspects in the meantime. I think we've seen Xjerry go past Yordi as well. So 2 position gains there as Prago is up now to 2nd place.
Leon Rapid is on the back of Jordan here as well.
Yep, down into turn 8. Not close enough. I think Jordi had a defensive line going there as well as Archie's getting past Reservirus behind. And that's up to P8.
Jordan's totally right up on Charlie now here as well. So they're going to be team orders here with Charlie and Jordy being on the same team.
Yep, Nibiru is in. So Nibiru is into the pit. Archie is just coming through turn 12 at Sachs Curve now. He's going to be way out ahead of him, I think. Looking at theory, I think he's going to be well out ahead of him here. Nibiru is only in the pit stops now, and there is Archie going past him. So Archie is already through, and he's going to be in the net lead of this race. Nibiru coming out of the pits. It's going to be very close between him and Dropye. No, nowhere near. Yeah, Nibiru getting out ahead. About 0.5 of a second coming out of the pits, and that is an advantage for him. He's got a lap fresher tyres. Of course, those tyres will be cold at this stage of the race. But looking at what is the current lead of the race, Praga leads from Nexus Aspects, Xjerry, Neon Rapids in 3rd and 4th. Is he looking for a move here on Xjerry? Never close enough for that move. As Dropye tries to get past Nibiru, and Campbell going side by side with Nexus Chaos down into the turn 6 hairpin. Campbell going for an inner line, going wide out and deep in. That's how he likes to do it. And Campbell running down towards P7, and towards turn 7 I should say. Turn 8 now, never close enough for the move. And
at the back of the field, Dark Ball from TNR owner Oleg is having a ding dong of a battle from turn 1 or from out of the last corner all the way down to the hairpin. They've had a great side by side battle there. The Dark Ball just pushes out ahead, coming out of the hairpin on the gets the power down on top. Nice battle by the guys at the back, still fighting for points.
Yeah, Xjerry just coming into the pit. He's obviously going to put on a set of medium compound of tyres. He's the last one of the guys that was out on soft compound of tyres. So he's in, fits on the mediums, and he's going to be back out. Coming out of turn 1, however, Campbell very close to Nexus Chaos. Is he going to get him around the outside of turn 2? Very late on the brakes here from the Scotsman, trying to get past the Irishman. And is he going to get him down the inside? Not quite. He's going to wait for the DRS. There's the yellow flag in sector 1. Rob Forbes is out the race. Was that a turn 1 by any chance? Of Campbell now getting past Nexus Chaos? Yeah, he was on the setup.
Unfortunately lost the car at turn 1 and obviously spun it into the wall.
He's already been in the... Yeah, he was already in the pits as well, actually. Nexus Chaos right on the back of Campbell, not letting this go easily. Campbell back through. That was at turn 6. So Chaos now going to get him down into turn 7. Yellow flag in sector 1 and sector 2. There is a yellow flag in sector 1. Is that just for... Is that Darkbolt by any chance that's made a mistake? I think it is. Yeah, Darkbolt has made a mistake.
Darkbolt in sector 1. I don't know what the sector 2 one was. I can't find anyone off track in sector 2, so...
Yeah, it was yellow.
Definitely, yeah. It might have been on the borderline actually of the 2.
Yeah.
It might have been on the exit of turn 2 or turn 3, sorry.
Net battle for the lead developing. Dropye goes quicker than Nibiru on that last lap, but Archie being closed down now by the 2 in behind, and this is going to prove quite interesting. Prague and Nexus Aspects, Neon Rapids still to come into the pit, so Nexus is going to be a little bit all over the place in terms of the strategy.
Nexus Chaos picking up penalties there as well.
Nexus Chaos, yeah, picking up penalties, and I think there was a penalty being picked up by Neon Rapids as well that I saw.
Beforehand, yeah, and there's one for the Torpedo.
Neon Rapid. Oh, Neon Rapid's trying to hold up. Nexus Nibiru. Nexus Nibiru trying to go for an opportunistic bit of team tactics coming in here for the Nexus boys. As Archie is going to defend. Is Neon Rapid's going to launch it down the inside? No. Fair respect there from Neon Rapids, and he gets in the way of his teammate. This is unbelievable stuff. He's been cost time there. Nibiru, and Dropye is going to do all in his power to try and get past here of Neon Rapids, who is going to come into the pits very, very soon. And Dropye now going down the inside of the Sachs curve. No hanging about there from the Dutchman, and he is through, and he's back up to that net P3. But my God, that has cost him time there, as Nibiru's all over the back of Archie.
Yeah, I think Neon Rapid just tried to back Archie back up into Nibiru, and probably slightly just backfired on him.
Definitely backfired on him. Campbell right on the back of, Nexus Chaos right over the back of Campbell. That's for P8 and P9 out on track. 3/10 of a second, and then back Chaos. Campbell's
getting involved here as well, and so is Deneen. So this is a four-way battle here for 8th to 11th.
8th to 11th, and of course, remember, three of the guys.
Down the inside on Game Boys. He's got to have that run done.
Campbell's got Chaos as well. Campbell's got Chaos as well. It's going to be side by side. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. I think Archie spun. Archie spun at the hairpin. There might have been contact with someone. Oh, and that's a dangerous rejoin. Goodness me. Ollie's retired as well. There's 3 wide. There's 2x2 into the Mercedes grandstand at turn 8. Campbell trying to go all the way around the outside. He's now on the inside of the Nexus Chaos. It's all kicking off. Game Boy's getting involved as well. It's going to be 2x2 Noah's Ark formation as they come into turn 11. And Campbell up the inside of Nexus Chaos gets that move done. Fantastic stuff by the Scotsman. He'll take a defensive line into the Sachs curve as Nexus Chaos tries to get back through. But that was a great move by the Scotsman, and he's through up to P7. Fantastic racing between all 4 of them, though.
Excellent racing, and just to update, TNR Owen Ollie lost the car on 1 and obviously hit the wall on the right hand side.
Great run by Deneen. Sorry to butt in. Great run by Deneen out of turn 1, and it looks like the Irishman is going to get past on his compadre here, and Deneen up the inside for Livid Racing. A little bit of contact, but he gets the move done. Maybe just turn in from slightly there, Deneen, just picking out a little bit. But he's through, but he's going to come under pressure now from Nexus Chaos, and Game Boys in behind. We're just waiting for any contact to happen in front as Nexus Chaos now decides to launch it down the inside of the hairpin. Is he brave enough to take the inside route? Yes, he is, but Deneen, outside run, has got the traction off the corner. And Archie after that spin is ahead of Geordie now as well. He's up to P11, as we have had a disconnect as well. Ex-Jerry, I think it was, that got disconnected. As Geordie's back up the inside of Archie, and that is unsportsmanlike driving there from Geordie, just forcing him completely off track. I think he needs to give up the position there.
Yeah,
questionable.
We've seen that kind of overtake tonight. This time he gets through, he should be handing the position back. We've seen last time the driver had tried it.
Oh, Archie's off! Archie's off again, and that was that was at turn 11. He's dropped the back end.
1, 2 come in, so that's everyone now pitted. So what can Aspect, Game Boys and Aspect and Praga do now on these soft tires? Geordie.
Oh, Geordie just going to be out ahead. Praga's going to have this down the inside, is he? He'll have the...
He's holding it, Geordie on the inside, and he pushes
Archie's
Praga
out.
A bit. Praga holds it, and I think Praga on the softer tire should have it now down into the hairpin.
He hasn't got the speed though in the straight line. Geordie's sticking with him.
Straight line, Geordie's sticking with him. We've seen that earlier on at Italy as well with C3 staying ahead. I think it was ahead of one of the other guys as well.
Yeah.
On the DRS and all, and there was no close in whatsoever. So it just goes to show how much in a straight line some of these cars are set up.
Good defensive line being taken by Ex-Jerry, in fact. Neon Rapids just in behind trying to get him. This is for P12.
Archie's retired.
Archie out the race. I'm not sure if that was done in the pit lane or if that was done out on track, but he's definitely out of the race.
He's on board with Darkhold, and it seems to be pit lane because he's got the
pit lane
position after he's across the finish line. So.
That is a shame, but at least it hasn't been done out on track. That's the best thing. At least it hasn't affected anyone's race. Possible desync going on here with Ex-Jerry. He has recently just joined back the session after having a disconnect and now coasting inside Neon Rapids. This is quite weird, if I've got to be honest. This is... And now...
These guys on track won't see each other and won't know each other.
They won't,
feel anything from this, so...
They're going to keep fighting though. Is X-Jerry going to be aware of him? No, it doesn't seem like it. Neon Rapids is through though, and he's up to P12. There is a yellow flag in Sector 2. Dark Ball letting through the leaders.
There's a Dark Ball getting out of the way.
He's a lap down. He may as well go for fastest lap though. He may as well go for fastest lap.
So if he can pick himself out of a nice gap, he's on the right path to do it on.
Yeah. Lap 13 out of 17. It's been so hectic. We haven't had a real come up for air really. Drop Year leads 2.9 seconds. Nibiru in second. Nick in third. The battle I'm on board with though.
On the back of Yari.
Oh, Praga's on the back of Game Boys. Goodness me, how quick's he pull him?
And Game Boys is on the back of Chaos as well.
It's all a bit of a train actually, from 4th down to 8th as Praga's going to try and look, and this is going to be silly if he tried to go from him. He's got the fastest lap of the race though. Drop, yeah, I think had a 13.9, yellow flag in Sector 1. That is possibly Dark Ball getting out of the way again, I would imagine. Praga's down the inside on Game Boys, nice stuff, gets him. And in fact, is that, yeah, Dark Ball getting involved in this as well. Yeah, he's just letting everyone through. Good stuff. Fair play. It's Darkbolt. As for C, Deneen trying to go around the outside of Campbell. Oh, I don't believe it. Praga down the inside, missing, isn't it?
He's into Darkbolt into the back of Praga as well. That's going to hook both of them.
Both of them, I think, missed their braking points. I'm pretty sure. Praga certainly missed his braking point. And Korea
down the inside and spun, and I think Darkbolt just came through the corner expecting the cars to have ahead of them well cleared and didn't realise that Praga was spun and once he came around the corner and straight into the back of him. Praga
having a spin after making contact with the rear end of his teammate Deneen, which is absolutely unheard of. But anyways, Praga just needs to calm it down a little bit. Maybe the pressure getting to him.
I'm not too sure whether Razor Virus will be told by the game to get that position back on Jerry, because he's went well off track at Mercedes grandstands to get the move done. He definitely was not on track getting that move done.
Nick catching Nibiru, there was a yellow flag in Sector 3. Was that Dark Ball coming in? Possibly. Neon Rapids has dropped down as well. As Game Boys are going to look for Deneen here down into the hairpin, and Game Boys will have him down into the hairpin, and he is through. Oh, and Nexus Chaos is into the back of Deneen. Again, this is getting borderline, to be honest. This. Deneen holding on to the position. Chaos maybe. Bit of unfair tactics possibly coming in. Nexus Aspect as well, trying to dive it down the inside of Geordie. They're on quicker tyres, but I mean, come on guys. Common sense has got to prevail at the end of the day.
I was just going to say, I think the Nexus Aspect is, might be a bit more frustration rather than just absolutely launching it, because he's come out behind Geordie on pits, he's pitted the same lap, he's come out on the better tyre, and he hasn't been able to make them tyres work to get by Geordie. And he's seeing Praga obviously go push on at other drivers. Yeah. I'd say it's the more frustration at that stage.
Nexus.
So, we know.
Oh! Praga and Geordie coming in with a little bit of contact into turn one. Praga. Oh, he's went miles wide at turn one.
That car side to side a bit too much there. That was too quick rapid movements in quick succession. Not really giving the driver behind much reaction time to react to what he's doing in the car. So that is dangerous driving.
Yeah, I would argue aggressive defending as well, possibly from Praga, as Geordie looks to try and go past. A little bit of banging wheels here between these two. I'm not sure if we've had anything go on early on the race. Praga this time committed down the inside. Nexus Chaos is well wide, and it's going to be Praga through up to P7 here. Yeah, Praga gets up to P7. Nice stuff.
It's going to be under threat from Geordie here around into the grandstand. He's just not close enough though.
Right on the back though, Nick has caught Nibiru for P2 and he's got a teammate ahead. That's Neon Rapids a lap down. This surely is going to help Nibiru try and fall off the attentions of Nick. Possible team tactics once again being played here by Nexus. Speaking of Nexus, Geordie up the inside of Nexus Chaos and Robin up the inside of Nexus Aspect. So Nexus losing 2 positions there, Chaos and Aspect respectively.
These guys are taking hard though.
Yeah, I find out Geordie's right on the back of Praga as well. These socks are not running at the temperature. Oh, Praga's coming across him. Oh, Jordy forced him onto the grass. Bit of unsavoury driving, and Praga, out of frustration, tries to knock him off track, I think. Really out of frustration. Come on, guys, you've got to do better than that. Z3 has crashed, and that is at turn 1. And Nick has got past Nibiru as well. Nick is up to P2, past Nibiru. Darkbolt just the fastest lap of the race with a 13.5. All kicking off again. Got Praga and Nexus Chaos trying to go around the outside. Nexus Chaos around the outside of Praga just forces Jordy off track a little bit. It's getting a little bit tense now. We're on the final lap. I've just realised we're on the final lap. Nibiru is trying to fend off the attentions of Nick here down into turn 11.
Praga. Why?
I didn't see that.
Why? Why would you try to do that move? That is very stupid driving after trying to push a car, purposely push a car.
Yeah, I didn't see that drop yet.
Why would it?
Droppier in the meantime coming across the line to win here in Germany. One of the drivers we haven't much spoken about, to be honest. Nibiru in second, Nick in third, but gains on the penalties. Campbell's going to finish fourth. Good jump from the QVR guys as well. Droppier, Campbell, Game Boys. I think they're going to be top at the end of this. Deneen in sixth, Jordy in seventh. Nexus Chaos gets ahead of him. Praga, I'm just coming back on. What did you see there? Because I didn't see it on stream.
I'm just going to the points and then I'll explain what I've seen there. That was an unsavoury driving at its finest. We'll talk about that now in a minute.
Reza Virus coming across the line in 13th. Torpedro just came across the line in 12th there as well. Ex-Jarry, after his disconnect, is going to be coming across the line in 14th. Z3, by the way, I'm not sure if he got a puncture or trying to make it. He tried to make it 15 laps on those mediums, and then those tyres just sort of went, I think. Crashing at turn 1, Archie leaving the session as well. Ex-Jarry in the meantime coming across the line to finish in 14th place. And Neon's going to be coming across the line to finish in 15th place respectively. Let's see your reactions in the comment section after what has been two crazy races. Neon Rapids has run out of fuel, so we're going to be waiting probably until Christmas by the time he comes home here in Germany. He's round the final corner now though, and he's going to be coming across the line very, very soon indeed. Just weaving across the line, gently weaving it across the line, and Neon Rapids is home in P15. What a crazy race that was. Germany over and done with here in Germany Mini League 2. Goodness me. Out of breath. TTTV, that is Maze commenting on the channel. QVR, Dylan saying I forgot there's still F1 to watch as well. Alan Kay is going to be commentating on it, so he's going to hotfoot it over to meet Kieran for that division for Mini League 1 stream. Jarry's connection killed me, says Neon Rapids, which we'll have a look into if he's going to be racing next week as well. Rear tyres were just dead and had one drift too many, says Z3, which is a shame. An ironic saying questionable driving there as well. Droppier though takes it. No penalties for him and Nick, and they fill out the top two positions. Nibiru in third, QVR Campbell and QVR Game Boys filling out the top 5 positions. Good showing from them, I've got to say. Deneen in 6th, Nexus Chaos in 7th, making the Irishman proud there in 6th and 7th respectively. Robin, Geordie, Aspect as well getting P10. Geordie from P20 up to P9. Good drive from him, even with the penalties. Good drive from him. Praga from 19th up to 11th. We'll have a look into his investigations. So Pedro, Razor Virus, Ex-Jarry, Neon, Z3, Darkball, Archie, O'Neilly and Rob Forbes. Absolute crazy race that in Germany. We will try and get the points sorted. I think it will be ready in a couple of minutes time. Dylan saying, to be fair, it is a 25% race, so you are going to try and push and make quick moves if you are faster, but you see your point, the general conversation going on there as well. Are you ready with the points?
Just 2 more minutes, I'm just halfway through them here.
2 more minutes for Alan Kay, and of course, if you are going to be tuning in once again for Mini League 1, it's going to be Kieran McGinley and Alan Kay in the commentary box. We will be having Mini League 1, I should say, coming up in about 20 minutes time, so stay tuned in for that. In the meantime, if you want more Mini League 2 action, we're back next week, sadly. I know, if you're going to have to wait a week for me, sadly. I'm going to be on commentary tomorrow for TTL F1 if you do want to come and watch that instead. And of course, we are in Austria and Britain next week as well. For Austria and Britain, we are going to be there next week. And for League One, for Mini League One this week, it's going to be Austria and Britain, and then they do our races that we've done, Italy and Germany, next week as well. Ready with points?
Got the points as well. For League Two, at the end of the first two rounds, QVR, Clean Vigor Racing, lead the way on 108 points. In second place is Livid Racing on 85. Third is 50 Apex on 82. Fourth is Nexus on 77 points. And TNR bringing up the rear at the moment on 52 points. But that can all change in one round races, as we've said before. If you get your cars finishing and other teams don't finish with their cars. So it's still all to play for in Mini League 2.
Yep, still all to play for Mini League 2. Even if you have DNF'd in this race, just remember, every point counts next week. Every point counts next week. We have seen drivers, we've seen teams go from 4th to 1st, and that was in the last Mini League, if I do remember, as well. I think it was Academy from 3rd to 1st, was it, taking the title? Pretty sure.
Yeah, and it was 3rd to 1st, and then whoever was in 4th behind us starting the second week as well also ended up in 2nd place behind us in the table. So it does go to show how quickly it can change. Just a quick note on what I was actually talking about there as well on the last lap. Praga was trying to get by Campbell or Chaos, I think Chaos it was, Nexus Chaos. Down towards the hairpin, he didn't get the move done, and Chaos got the better drive towards Mercedes grandstand. And as they came into the Mercedes grandstand, Praga just basically threw the car down the inside and side slammed into Chaos, using them as a brake, basically, at the Mercedes grandstand. And so not nice driving at all.
Not nice driving at all. Hopefully everything will be investigated and relevant penalties could be given out as well. But you've got a hot footed, so I'll end the stream here. Mini League 1 following in about 15 minutes time. Kieran McGinley and Alan Kay are going to be taking you through that one. But from myself, JamesHead14, you can follow me on Twitter, by the way, at B52Head, if you do want to follow what I get up to sometimes, most of the time. And Alan, I think we can catch you on there as well. Yeah, you can catch me on Twitter at TTG_AlanK. Give us a follow. If you want to come racing in any of our leagues, just give me a shout there, and I'll do my best to get you set up and racing. Yeah, of course, if you are new, we have to give our hats off, though, to the guys behind the scenes, the organisers of these events. They have to put up with everyone's driving and everything like that, but still, absolutely fantastic driving here tonight. We're going to hope for more of the same next week. I've been JamesHead14. And I've been Alan Cairns. Take care of yourselves. I'm taking a leaf out of Kieran McGinley's book. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.